Anybody got news on Meta this morning? Just curious.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, we saying Meta?
Yeah,
I
good
have
morning.
no idea.
Sorry.
Good morning. I have no idea. Yeah, anyone got the news? Happy Thursday, and yeah, what's going on? We have a stock market to play with, huh? What happened with Meta? Did it jump? Gap up, gap down?
Got a gap up this morning. It's like 6:30 candle, 7:38. We hit 750 in the pre-market. I don't know if that's normal, but it stuck out to me.
Check Zuckerberg's Instagram account and see what it says. That'll tell you everything. Most likely. But if it jumped, it's probably in play. So, hope everyone's ready to go. We got another beautiful day, Thursday. Let's look at the news. $9:45, some sort of PMI stuff. That'll be important. 10 a.m. ISM stuff. That'll be important. Manufacturing numbers at 10 as well. Non-manufacturing numbers at 10. All right. Similar to yesterday. News coming out at 9:45 and 10. So you want to be careful early in the day. Nothing unusual. Mark, what you got here? Someone said that to him on live stream. Something about Zuckerberg. I've lost you completely. What are you saying here? I have no idea what you're saying. All right. Let's find some levels on this SPY chart. I think I said this yesterday, but very simply, the 80-20 of finding levels is using a line chart. And then the 80-20 of finding levels on a line chart is looking for sharp reversals. So the price is opening there. Let's look for sharp reversals. That's a pretty obvious one yesterday. You can see that. We got the pre-market one so far today. That looks sharp enough to me. We got this low, looks like in the pre-market or post-market. Also happened to line up with a sharp reversal earlier. You can see all these three lines do line up with other previous activity. You can see that. That there. Oh, very sharp over there. This one's a bit of a mess until, a couple days ago and then yesterday. This one's pretty obvious. Yep, right there and there. All right, that's it. Those are the levels I want to play with today so far. And if the price moves outside these levels, then we'll find something. There we go. That's all we need to know. All right. You guys are a big sleepy bunch, huh, today?
Coffee hasn't taken effect yet.
Gotta have your coffee. Oh, man. I feel I have no strength left in my fingers to even click these buttons. I killed myself at the gym a few hours ago. I can really feel it already. It's that exhaustion in the body. It's extreme exhaustion. Oh my goodness. Wow. Too much coffee before the gym, huh? And you go harder than you should. Excuse me. Wow. Mark, I don't think you should be drinking coffee at all, man.
Hey, for a catalyst this morning, I came across Google at 6:30. there was a services crash for Eastern Europe and some U.S. cities, and they just posted again about 750 that is down in Turkey and other parts of Europe. But I don't see a real response yet, so that might be a setup.
Okay. So yeah, cool, man. Thanks for that. That means it could become interesting. Again, watch the RVol at the open. Within the first few minutes, you'll know if it's getting extra attention or not. Cool, man. Thanks. That will be interesting. Google. Yeah. All right. Put on the other chart here and keep an eye on it. It looks like it's jumping around a bit right now. All right. What else am I working with here? We got these levels. I should probably zoom out more and more. You can see obvious reversal points on the chart. Don't really need to identify them unless the price gets there. But actually, all the levels I've got so far are still genuinely a little bit tight. I'll put some levels further out. So we have this obvious one here. Actually, this one's a bit lower right there. This one will make sense. A little further out, yeah, 645.50. You have this bottom down here. That's pretty obvious. That's way low. Oh, hold on. Up here. There we go. 642.50. There we go. All right, plenty. All right, we got Google. We got about 3 minutes to the open. Watch the SPY. Not likely to get involved in too much at the open. Let the first few minutes play out. Yeah, Gaten, go ahead.
Hi, Avi. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Sorry?
Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you these days, what is your what are you looking for in 1 minute? Because I see you taking, for example, head and shoulders these days, which were not really part of your playbook before. So I was wondering what you're looking for now.
Yeah, so I'm looking for effectively nothing more than naked candlestick patterns on a 1 minute chart. And in a funny way, they could happen anywhere on the chart. What's interesting to me, though, is well, we only have a minute. Otherwise, I would pull up yesterday's screenshots and show you. But what's interesting is staying out of the market for a little bit. Like today, I'll probably stay out the first 30 minutes anyway. But then you get 31-minute candles. And just on that, you can identify firm levels of support resistance. And then if the price comes back to those levels, those intraday levels, and puts in a pattern that is either a reversal, a continuation, or a breakout, either one of those three, I'll be interested to take it if there's decent reward in it. And I've got these levels for looking for rewards. So that's it. So nothing really different. Just changing up the time frame, going into the 1 minute, and changing my method of finding levels. Again, very 80-20. Making it simpler. Trading is actually simpler now.
Okay.
And more opportunistic. Yeah.
Thanks.
Sure. All right. So about a minute to the open. I've got Apple, Tesla, and Google on my charts. I guess we'll put Meta here. Look at this. And Meta jumped. I haven't looked at any of these except, well, actually none of them. Anyways, as we get into it, let me know what you want to look at. Raf, you can't drink coffee after 5 in the afternoon, Raf? I try not to drink coffee after lunch. Just try not to. Yes, Omar, lots of news. Stay away from it. It's going to be fun. A whole lot of fun. Raf can't sleep. Yeah, man. Sleep is the most important thing. There's 3 things to your health: sleep, nutrition, and fitness. Fix your sleep first, then your head will work. Then you can start thinking about how to sort out your nutrition, and then you'll actually have some energy to take care of your fitness. That's the way I do it, and it works. Okay, all these contracts work as well. So overall, we've had a pop up in the market overnight, gap up. Well, let's see what happens. You know, I think I've well, hold on. What is it? No, it's okay. What I'm really trying to be careful of is not to get too cute with these levels. Just keep them as don't go with micro levels, basically, with bigger picture stuff. 60, that makes sense as well. It's a little trickier on the 60. Anyways, I'm on the 30. All good. Okay, we're having the usual volatility. There you go. Lots of activity on Meta. Something to keep an eye on. Tesla drop as well. Google, we'll wait and see. Check the RVol, guys, on Google. I don't have that indicator, but take a look. You might find something. Oh, boy. Probably just show up 30 minutes late today, huh? There's no point being here for the first 30 minutes. Not much to do. If you guys see anything, just call it out. I'm not really watching anything.
Yeah, Meta is just skyrocketing.
Amazon looks like it wants to break.
Meta. Break what? Where? Break what? It already broke. Went through 750, which is a pre-market high. Right there. Wow. Yep. If you caught the 1 minute ORB, cool. Actually, I think what's more opportunistic is probably Google more than Meta. Because you can see the opening range looks like it's pretty well defined now. And you might be able to get a breakout up or down. That's what I would call the opening range so far, right there. Pushing the bottom at the moment, but keep an eye on it. SPY's got the same thing going on. Let's see what we can identify here. I'd put it about there. It's only been a couple of minutes. This could change easily. You can see on the SPY, using the pre-market, you have the support down there as well. So opening ranges. Ooh, Tesla, Fallen Angel, it's going. Somebody catch it. Let's look at that. It's just left over on my chart from yesterday. So we've had, a gap up and a Fallen Angel. There you go. There it is. It's happening now. Drop at the open, reclaim the opening price, and it's high, and off you go. And again, just a simple measured move concept. If you're in this, your target is 338.76. Well, just about 338.50, really. Puts it approximately in the pre-market high range. Or, well, pre-market resistance, somewhere up there. Cool. The SPY. Let's see if this thing wants to go. Again, I'm not going to play around with this. You guys saw me play with this opening range stuff yesterday. Got into a little mess. And what I realized is, well, one of my old rules, very simple. It's better to enter when the candles are small and in a tight range, and then you get a breakout. So even, reversal patterns, whatever. When you have big candles jumping around, it's just harder to trade. There you go, having a breakout now. Tesla retest of the breakout happening. You can see right there. Keep an eye on that bounce. Google trying to break its upside. Not there yet. And Meta on a 1 minute ABCD. Lots of activity. There you go. SPY. Fun. Look at that. Meta, there's your ABCD pattern straight up. The C looks like it's around 755, 754. So that could be something if you have a moving average or the VWAP or something there. Google, there you go, breaking the high again. Same old thing, that fallen angel setup, just like Tesla. Is it a fallen angel? No, it's not. A gap down. But 5-minute ORB kind of setup, if you like such things. What do we have? SPY going, hitting that measured move zone. And off it goes. Google really struggling. How's the RVOL on Google? Anyone got that indicator? Is it very high? 5 million shares is what I see.
177%.
Okay. Higher than usual, but all right. Not crazy as in massive news. You'd expect more with that kind of news today, but oh well. Keep an eye on Tesla. I think it's very interesting, Tesla. It keeps bouncing. But again, candles are big. I don't like to trade it like this. But as long as it holds above that opening high, see it bounced again, 336.50. If you're in it, I'd put the stop somewhere below there. Just a little below 336.50. Up there it drops now. That's it. Now you're out of it. So it failed the bounce, the retest of the breakout. And there you go. SPY did the opening range. You can see that identified the opening range and hit the measured move. And that would be your target if you're doing this. But really, again, what's most interesting to me right now is Meta. I think it's really setting up. It's getting into these higher lows. The highs are not generally getting lower. Very positive to begin with. Keep an eye on that. I'd love to see a long tail hammer around here. Then I'd say it's good for a continuation. Brian, you're looking at AVGO, Sujit Hood, sub on Amazon. All right, let's look at all these. Amazon, yeah, look at that. So you had the opening range on Amazon again. Let's just use that. Approximately there. You can see that. That second candle defined it. Breakout, hit a target. Continue for the second leg, ideally. Looks good. Sujit's always into all this exotic stuff. Hood. What the hell, man? 1 minute ORB. So your level would be, call it the top of the first candle. You can see that was resistance. Let's see if it bounces in this area. They have a second leg up. And Brian, AVGO, huh? What is this? This looks like a very large opening range at the moment. What did you do? Okay, de-risked it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had a volatility expansion trade into earnings for like a week and a half now. So the big thing on that is like as it increases in volatility in the earnings, which it actually decreased, but I got the move in the direction. So it kind of worked out. So I took some off on that first push into 308 this morning.
Nice. Yeah, good read on that. I see that. You can see that resistance area basically at today's high. Yeah, 308. Makes sense. There's a tweezer top here. Yep. For volatility. You played all that volatility. Oh, man. Nice job holding it overnight and all that. I still haven't found a way to really do that with any real size. Nice. So this drop is you getting out of your position, huh? Big
Indeed.
You sold half the company right there. All right. Google getting nicely into its opening range. Time is it? 6 minutes to the news. And, I would be interested in really nailing down something on the SPY. The activity isn't too bad. But just with the news coming, it's not worth the risk. And even yesterday, again, you guys saw me trade the news. It's not something I've done in a while. I used to do it. And I realized yesterday, like, you know what? There's a good reason I don't do it anymore. It's just too too dangerous, and it's hard to put on any real risk. So I'm just going to avoid those strategies. I have better strategies to work with. So pretty much everything on my charts popped up and came back. Look at that on the SPY. Looks like a retest of the opening range for now. Meta dropped its ABCD, so not really happening. Wow. Yeah. I don't see any clean chart patterns anywhere on my charts. Here's what I'll do. I'll remove all these levels on the SPY until I get close to a time when I'm ready to trade. Then I'll have a look at this line chart and let it tell me where the reversals are. Probably find the same levels. If not, no big deal, whatever they are. Tesla, oh boy, very bearish, huh? And AVGO as well. I mean, see, it's making that new low. There it is, bearish. What I like to see is at a level, it keeps bumping itself into that level. That's an indication that it's likely to go through that level. So the level in this case is about, what, 305 on AVGO, just about the opening price and the opening low. So an indication for a drop. Tesla, on the other hand, looks like it's dropping, and it printed a new low of day just a moment ago right there. Actually, two new lows, but without setting up for the drop. That's what I don't like. It didn't do that consolidation, bumping into the level or descending wedge. Didn't do any of that. So it'd be dangerous to try and catch it like this. And I think Meta is, it failed its ABCD that it was setting up. But let's see. Yeah, that's that pre-market high, which it broke out from. Perhaps you're getting a retest right about 750. It wouldn't go long now, obviously. It's just ended a big red candle. Just wait for it. Saban, you're an AMD short. Okay, what is that? AMD. There you go. AMD looks all right. Nice. Didn't even look at that. Let's look at the opening range. I would put it, where? Yeah, you got the bottom there, and you have one false breakout, two false breakouts. And yeah, hit 158. That's your target. Cool, nice catch. Here's what's interesting on AMD. You have these lower highs. And if you identify that as a breakout level, well, the lower highs could give you enough conviction that you could enter the breakout. Again, there's two elements to a good quality consolidation. In this case, if your descending wedge is ideal, where you have lower highs and a flat bottom. You don't have all of that perfectly in place, but you can see you have some of it. And again, the quality of the consolidation gives you conviction for the breakout to really be a genuine breakout. So I'm always looking for that before I catch a breakout. Quality of the consolidation. Nice. You learned from me, Saba. Hey, I tell you, man, there's a lot of shit you don't want to learn from me. Careful what you learn, huh? But good stuff, man. This is your results. You take credit for it. You're putting the work in. You're getting the results. You should take credit for it. And that's good. You should celebrate your results. Always. Look at that. Okay, so now we saw the AMD example right here, lower highs, and how it led to a decent breakout. And I'll show you the opposite, Tesla. That breakout we were looking at, it's failed. And the indication that it was not going to be a good breakout, it's going to be a dangerous one, is that there was no genuinely good consolidation before the breakout. And again, that's what keeps me out of catching these kinds of breakouts that end up in false breakouts a lot of times. There's a big difference between AMD and Tesla. Got some good examples here today. The hell's the SPY doing? Okay, news now in what, 5 seconds? Let's see what happens. Here we go. SPY's at 6:45. Yeah, it's jumpy. So far, everyone's reacting positively to the news. Getting higher lows on the SPY, huh? Getting ready for that pinpoint breakout. I'd like to catch that breakout later today, if it happens. Let me get one. Whoops. Let me get a line here. Oh, that trend line. There we go.
What do you think of Apple at PDC?
Let's have a look. All right, I just put a line there on the 1 minute chart. Apple. What do we have at Apple? PDC. PDC, just about where it is. That would be PDC. Oh, wow. False breakout to begin with. Dropped heavily. Yeah, you could catch a breakout there. On a 1 minute chart, I'm not too convinced of it. Here's the thing. You have this little level here, this intraday level. Think of that as support. All right, just below PDC. If you're getting a little breakout pattern, that's the place to catch it. And you target high of day. And then you catch the second breakout high of day. Again, all if it's bullish. So far, it's in a genuine uptrend. So it could go. There you go. Now it's bouncing right off of that. You can see where it's bouncing off this particular candle right here. Makes sense. And then catch it up there. But if you're struggling to identify the breakout happening right here, wait for it to come back, retest, pull back, retest, and go. It seems okay. And if you'd missed it, no big deal. Either it comes back and retests, or you catch the next one, which is this pinpoint reversal right here. And again, I like these pinpoint reversals. I'll tell all you guys again. What I'm looking for is room to the left and room to the right. And you have a real pinpoint on a chart. I used to look at this on a 30, but I'm really looking at this on a 1 minute chart intraday. It's telling me that in this case, there's very firm sellers right here, sitting right there. And so look at this, going up there. It's likely to get shot down from there. So that's where you take your partials. But if it happens to break out of there, now it's going to be quite explosive because it takes a massive amount of energy, buying energy, to overcome these massive sellers. So you're likely to have a move that goes really fast in your favor. Oh, there it goes now. Look at that. You see that just popped. This is interesting. It needs to pull back. This is not healthy. If you were in this long, you'd be taking it off. Would have taken it off 5-10 seconds ago. It needs to pull back. Yeah, and let it consolidate in this zone. Did you catch it? Who asked me that? Dean, was that you? Did you catch it as we were talking about it? BDC and go. Tricky one.
No, it took off so fast I didn't get in.
Yeah, it did go fast. Exactly. There was no consolidation. I'd like to see something here, at this pinpoint. It didn't happen. But, it's there now. It could do that again. Exactly what you were looking at earlier. Just watch it over here. I think it's healthy that it pulls back, maybe even halfway, and then goes. Give it some time to relax. It needs to relax. This was a big, big push. It even overshot the high, so I think that's in play. All right, the news came, the news went, and it jumped around a bit, but nothing specific. All right, there you go. Look at that, dropping. Anyone see a double top here on the 1 minute chart on the SPY? And if you do, tell me why. If you don't, tell me why. I'm going to let you guys make my trading decisions for me. That's real 80-20 stuff, isn't it?
It doesn't have an arch.
There you go. Thank you. Yes, it does not have an arch. It has chop-in with genuinely higher lows. This is no way I'm going to short it just because these wicks are lower and lower at the moment. Definitely not. And the candles are still too big to short anyway. Yep. Thanks, man. That's it. What are you saying, Saban? You learned bad and good from me. There is no perfection. I'll tell you guys again, every single strategy that you've ever heard of works. Even a strategy that you come up with right now in the next 5 minutes will work, whatever it happens to be. It's just a matter of, is your mindset in the right place? Are you able to execute correctly? And again, every strategy, the only thing I'll tell you about strategy, the only one requirement is that it has to have massive risk to reward. 3 to 1 is a minimum. So every $1 you put at risk, you have to have a potential of making 3 as a minimum, ideally 5 to 10. As long as you build that into your strategy, you build your strategy from that mindset, every strategy will work. And then it's just a matter of your ability to be consistent with your execution and keep your wits about you, really. That's emotional intelligence. So don't get too fussed on strategy, really. Just focus in on where your head's at. That's more important. All right, SPY is a great big mess. Nothing to me, nothing for me to use. I can put levels here, but really, not yet. Anyways, I'm going to be waiting another 8 minutes or so till 10 o'clock. Close to 10 o'clock, I'll put some levels on.
Avi, what do you think about Apple? Oh, I think you've just explained it, right?
Yeah, we just went through it. It's at this high of day, and it's looking very positive. Wow, we just put in that hammer.
And
Very
you
interesting.
can look at 30-minute chart,
30
the
minutes.
consolidation.
Yeah, let's have a look. So 30-minute, yeah, that big push up, and you have these highs. Oh, yeah, this is the major high. Okay, there you go. 30-minute chart. Again, the quality of the consolidation on 30-minute chart is not convincing to me. So I'm waiting on I would say wait for a 1-minute chart consolidation right in this area, this big resistance, and look for it to go. Oh, looks like it's going already. Oh, wow, this thing is aggressive. On a 1-minute chart, you can see this hammer. The entry would be the new high just about a minute ago, kind of where it is now. But then the stop has to be below the hammer, or pretty wide, which is very difficult to trade. To put it in very simple language, these candles are too big to trade. I like to see a grouping of small candles that is a tight consolidation. Then I get interested to put on a real amount of risk. But yeah, it's very explosive and good for scalping, I think. If you caught this pop up, that would be interesting.
I am thinking about taking long.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's bullish than anything else. But can you manage the risk? Where would you put your stop? Overall, it's bullish, but it's gonna jump
below the hammer. My target will be 242.5.
242. What are you talking about?
Yeah, 242.5.
We're looking at Apple, right?
Yes.
I'm looking at 238.7.
No. Stop. Stop will be yes.
Down there.
238.7. Target will be 242.5.
Okay, yeah, target wise, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's the thing. The stop is so wide on this. It's good for scalping again. Good for scalping. I would struggle to put on a trade just because the stop has to be wide. Now, if you're happy to put on a wide stop, okay, that could work. And give it enough time to go, because to get through 240, we probably have a lot of liquidity. It's probably going to need to rest, pull back, and then continue. It's going to take a while, in my opinion, for that kind of move. But scalping up to 240, no big deal. I mean, it looks like it's
I'll take my first partial at 240.75.
Okay. Are you doing the measured move off the pre-market?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Let's see what that looks like. So you have the low, and you have this high. Using this high, huh?
Yes.
Just about, yeah. So 240.5. Yeah. Cool. That makes sense. Yeah, if you like that strategy, what would that look like on the 1 minute? Yeah, there you go. It bounced exactly off of that. So your stop is below there. Cool. Yeah. Give it the time it needs to get there.
And the video is also, I think, going for a short.
NVIDIA. Let's see.
Consolidating.
Oh yeah, higher lows. You're beginning to get a flat bottom. So yeah, the breakthrough about 170. Definitely looks more like a breakdown than a reversal from 170-ish.
This one is also bouncing on 1.7.
Yeah,
There
170. I don't see a level.
1.74 is the pre-market low kind of level.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's the pre-market low. Got it. That's it. Perfect. So, okay. Oh, there it is. Now that makes sense. On a 1 minute price action, you got this low right here. Let's call it 169.80. That's where you want to pay attention. So, just about there. Breakout retest of 169.8 would be the high conviction place to enter. There it is. There's your breakout now. And let's see if it sustains. Everything's bearish on this thing.
Abby, can you please take a look at Qs? I don't want to trade it now, but I'm just trying to wait to see if this 30 minutes candle is going to close, and then short it as the pre-market low breakout.
Why are you looking at 30-minute candles? Who put you onto that?
I'm not sure. There's a guy, I forgot his name, and he lives in Dubai.
Big waste of time.
Yeah. Not for now, but for the 30 minutes after at 10 o'clock when it's just breaking out the pre-market low.
Yeah. Pre-market low. Okay, you want to break out pre-market low. Yeah, similar setup to what we're looking at.
It's higher lows, so the higher is going lows, there's bearish. So
Yeah.
just saying that maybe if
Yeah.
it goes down like that.
Yeah, so you don't exactly have a flat bottom here, so it's not ideal. But again, the conviction would come when you have a genuine breakout and then it retests and goes.
Yes.
And here's the pinpoint right there. The low, right? Yeah. If it breaks down there and retests around 570.2,
Yep.
then I would think of it, and I'd be more convinced, considering its background of all these lower highs. It would make sense. I traded one of these yesterday on the SPY. I took a short like this late in the day. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Cool. All right, we got news coming in just a couple of minutes again. Now let's really look at serious levels. Again, I'm looking for big points of inflection on this chart here. The price actions here, no point putting levels up there. We can just go through the exercise. You can see the big points of reversals. You want to go as big as possible as far as identifying levels. You don't want to be cute about it. So again, the price is there, right? So let's get in. You have another one here. Obvious reversal section. It's not really a reversal. That's a continuation. Yeah, so is this. Here's a reversal. Look at that. That one. Let's say down here, you made a lower low. It came. So you can see how wide you go. Again, this is the thinking that I'm sharing with you guys. It's you're looking for just big reversals. These are massive points on the chart, but not necessarily relevant for today. What I'm finding relevant for today is you can consider this. This is just zooming in just slightly. And right here, I think yesterday also had this on the chart. Or maybe not, I don't know. But right here, this point makes sense. I think I marked this in the pre-market too. Right there. You can call that a push up and straight down. So that makes sense. Again, it's all perspective, right? You can call this a reversal or a continuation. It depends how far you zoom in or out. Very subjective. I like to think of things as you start on the bigger picture first. Just stay zoomed out and then zoom in as necessary when you're doing stuff like this. So we have a level there. That's interesting. This one to me is a very big one. Yeah. All right. Anyways, that's enough. For now, the price is in this zone. Let it be there. Let it set up on a 1 minute. Oh, that's a 1 minute line chart. I actually tried trading this at one point in the simulator, and well, clearly it doesn't work. Try and execute this. You'll see the arrows will pop up on your charts. Your executions will not be at the line. It'll be all over the place. So you can't do that. This is where the executions happen, the tight 1 minute chart. And turns out the level I picked at pinpoint on the 1 minute is very much aligned with the bigger picture level. There you go. So if you manage the long from here, you're going through to 646-ish. A little less than $1. I'd take the 646 contract going out of the money. But let's see. Let's see if there's a setup up here. So far, again, generally higher lows. This one was interesting. It was a bit deeper. No setup yet. We'll wait and see. We have news now in about 10 seconds. Wait and see what happens.
Books cleared.
Looks clear. All right. Here's going to be fun then. Whoa. So I'm not going to trade the news. There's no good reason to do that anymore. It's an old way of doing things. Gosh, what a mess, huh, the SPY. Look at this candlestick chart. Just bleh. Don't know where to put risk, how much to put risk, how far it's going to go. There's nothing in it. And even this volatility moment right now, it's not, it's not going anywhere. It's jumping around, but not going anywhere.
So both were elevated. With manufacturing being elevated, it shows like a stronger workforce, which I think is not good for cuts. But tomorrow's numbers will be like the real like cement for whether or not.
What is tomorrow's numbers?
Tomorrow we have non-farm payroll, and that's really going to define the job market, which is what they're trying to see weaken. But so far, all the like surveys and things are saying that the job market's actually resilient right now.
All right. Cool. Well, let's see. Could get some opportunities with that. All right. So nothing happened really with that 10 a.m. one. And on the SPY, nothing to trade. Just going to wait. Wait and see. What do we got? Google was a good one. Smashed into a target. Tesla is a mess, as expected. Well, as it is a lot of times these days. Here, I'll show you what we were looking at on Google. We identified the opening range, got the breakout, and hit the target. That's about it. Meta's interesting. Let's take a look at that. Very positive. It was looking like an ABCD for a while. Oh man, and came right back to its pre-market high. Still not finding genuine buyers. Now we know the buyers are here at the low of day, so that's a place to keep an eye. Maybe that's where it reverses from. It's not too far off right now. It's 747.37. Not too far off. Oh boy, excuse me. I got on my bike, I fired it up, and then I realized there's no gas. So I looked for the nearest gas station. I went to it, and I ended up in Dubai Harbor. And at that gas station, it's for boats only. And now I'm like, what the hell? And then the gauge said not low fuel. It said no fuel, like absolute warning, like turn this thing off. I'm like, oh shit, Dubai Harbor, now what? And then the next gas station was like 5 kilometers away with like 30 minutes of traffic. I'm like, oh crap, whatever. I just try it and go. I'm running on fumes. I made it to that gas station. It's like, all right, just fill it up, man. That was really silly. Oh man.
Do you want to put Qs on the screen?
Qs, yeah, what's going on with Qs? Did it go? Oh, there you go. Yep, there's your breakout. Just as you were talking about. So wait for the retest, huh? Let it push up towards 570 and start rejecting, and then you have a good opportunity. Did you catch the breakout though?
I did.
All right. Nice.
I've made 2 hours so far. I'm not going to exit.
Nice. Good, man. Good on you.
Instead of using these daily levels, what I'm entertaining these days
It's just yesterday pre-market low, pre-market high, yesterday low, yesterday high, yesterday high, yesterday low. It's the same thing that you are having. You're
Yeah.
using the line charts. Basically, if you look at it, the bottom of this SPY and the tops, these are the yesterday
Same level.
ago. It's the same concept.
Cool,
that's
cool.
what I'm using.
No, that's great. If it works, if you
And
find it
DAS is
easy.
automatically giving it to me. So DAS is automatically giving to me. So instead of putting it daily, I'm just putting it, using it. So
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
they're
perfect.
mostly
Go ahead.
using the same thing.
Same.
Also going with the same things. Yesterday low, yesterday high, yesterday low, yesterday high. The previous.
I'm PDC yesterday PDC, and today is a good PDC. And basically, DAS is going to give you everything.
Yes.
Automatically, when you come in the morning, it's just giving you everything. You don't have to put it in lines.
Mm-hmm.
Then I just draw the charts. That's it.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
draw the Fibonacci lines as it moves. There you go.
Nice. Yeah, it makes it easy. I used to use those about 2 years ago, I think, or a year ago. Very good, very easy. Reversal on the SPY, but I'm not going to take it. It's too much bearish activity just before this big hammer. I wanted to take it, but I'm not going to. It's too risky. Gotta wait. But on the other side, so there's two things here. It could either set up a double bottom, go up, or I could get a breakdown, and I'll put it at this pinpoint right here. You got this low now. If it sets up a descending wedge, it goes through that. That would be fun. So two things, two possibilities happening right here. Wait for it. The low would be, wow, a long way down. Gotta look at what's in between. Yeah, you see that reversal right there? There, that's the big one. 641.70. Let me just put that up there. That's it. Yeah, you go with intraday. You have it yesterday. Might as well get into. It's basically 642. So initial target would be 642, and then 641. If this short happens.
A break of 643.75. I'll take on a short and SPY.
Cool. Yep, I'm looking at basically the same thing. Low of day.
Yeah.
I'd like to wait for a break and then add on a retest. But let's see. First, the consolidation has to happen in a good way. $643 puts would be a lot of fun. Yeah, enter in this area. Cool. Yeah, guys, those automatic levels are great. That's very 80-20. Just put on your chart and you turn it on and it's there. You don't have to do anything. So
Yeah.
Simple. Use it, and then you just really just watch for patterns. Price to
There are a
react.
few other things that it helps with. It removes all the subjectivity.
Yes, that's a good point. Very much it does. It does. And that's one of the reasons I really like them. So those of you who struggle with FOMO or revenge trading or anything like that, subjectivity becomes a problem because you can put a level anywhere and just start taking trades just because you want to make money back or whatever. So this removes those kinds of problems as far as levels are concerned. Avi8ors levels were good too, just like that. You couldn't move them, right? They were where they were. So those levels where you can't move them, those are good levels to use.
As an example, you put that 644 level. You see that if you put at 644, if at 644.2, you see that it's just bouncing at 644.2. It is yesterday's high.
Very good. Yeah, there it is.
So you have it from another day. I don't know, 4 days ago, but that is just from the yesterday high. So it's kind of giving me the already. It is a level. Yes.
Yep. You can see also it bounced off of there in the opening range. That's interesting. Huh? I'm looking at it now. Could have taken a short here, but this is not exactly a pinpoint the way I like to see it. It doesn't have room to the left. It has room to the right, but not to the left. This one is interesting. I think this has more room to the left, of course. So far, looking all right for room to the right as well. So anyways,
I'm saying that it is kind of almost close in terms of what we are using as these automatic levels versus what you are finding from the daily levels. The same
Cool.
concept.
Almost the same, yeah. Good.
Almost
Man. Yeah. It's funny, levels. I've done levels, I feel like 10 different ways, and I end up with the same levels every time. Doesn't matter how you do it. It's funny how that works. And now I'm paying more attention to just pinpoints on a 1 minute intraday stuff. It's giving me a lot of opportunities. Oh, that would have been a good entry right there, huh? Look at that. But with that low, that pinpoint, I've taken these trades last couple of days. I'm seeing it now. But again, yeah, there's not enough conviction. It's a daily level, but not one of those 1 minute levels that I like. Anyways, it's there. So here we go. Getting these lower lows, that's looking good. 643 puts are loaded. Wait for the breakout. Wait for the breakout retest. It's not worth taking breakouts. To be honest with you, though, this is a very good looking consolidation. It's just lower highs. We're beginning to get a flat bottom here, 643.80, just about where that big hammer put in the low. It's all in a good zone. But let's see. Love to see a reverse hammer here, huh? That would be the best. And then you have a real big one. $643 out of the money. Okay. And gotta watch for these momentum pops. Oh, there. Look at that. There's a. Uh-oh. Yeah, right where it is now. I see it now. Let's put it there. You see that level? That's a bit of a reversal on that. That's a low of whatever that day is, which is the same place. So you can see it's all happening in the same area. Now I'm just watching for 1 minute precision in this area. All this stuff.
Pre-market low as well. So that area is very.
Yeah, it's all here. Everyone's landing up here. Now, as far as reversals are concerned, I don't see it. Double bottom, I don't see it. I don't see the long tail hammer reversal style. It made a new low. So I'm not thinking long, not yet. If I am, it'll be a pinpoint long, which is, I don't see it. And I'm not going to force it. I don't see it. This level, but I just don't see it. No, the short didn't happen. So we're setting up for a bit, and the setup didn't complete. So that's it. It's gone. Just let it go. No entry. What am I missing here on the chat? Must have your short Tesla. What should be the target? You're asking me? All right, Mustafa. Tesla. When did you go short? And when you went short, what was your target before you entered? And now look at this Tesla chart that I've got up here. What do you think?
328.5 should be the target. If he has entered now, if he had entered earlier, he should have been out at 331.85.
That makes sense. That makes sense. See, there's different ways to calculate targets, and a lot of it has to do with what is your strategy. Yeah, the strategy includes the setup, the confirmation, the execution, and the target. All that is a part of your strategy. So simply asking what should be the target, I'll tell you, I don't know. I really don't, because everyone's got a different strategy. And so you got to really align it, everything, all the elements of your strategy, and then execute that consistently over and over again. Then you got something. Yeah. What are you saying, Maybach? Is 5 minute engulfing strong indicator, or should it be like a 30-minute? You don't see it often on a 30-minute. So if you're sitting and waiting for it, you get once in a month. On a 5 minute, you get it more often. But engulfing, again, we talked about it yesterday, you gotta be careful. Personally, I believe in engulfings as reversals more than as continuations. Much, much, much more powerful stuff. Unless you have the 5 minute ORB stuff, which is, basically that's just a fallen angel most of the time. But yeah, that's how I think about it. I don't really use them very often.
It's why it's coming back to the same zone.
Yep.
It's the fight between buyers and sellers.
All right, this is where it is. Look at that. All the levels I found at least are also in the same zone. So this is good. As in, again, what you're seeing is it pushed up, lower highs, and then consolidate. Buyers had a little play, but now back into it. Generally, all looking bearish. And if it's going to be that good bearish, you're looking to get through 643. I mean, 642 is the major area, unless it misbehaves along the way. 642 is the first major area. Okay, here we go. Now, what do we have? No, it's not going yet. I got the contract. There we go. Pulled up. This thing is just going to play around, huh? There you go. New low. Very good.
It's gonna drop at the 5 minutes. There is a very heavy doji.
Yep, it's dropping. Yep, that's it. Now, where is the pullback to enter these out of the money contracts? Wait for this breakout candle to close. Getting a retest of a breakout is not a guarantee. It happens, I'd say, 70% of the time, not every time. I prefer to wait for it when it does happen, because that's when I can put on a real trade. When I enter in this situation right now on the breakout like this, it just it's hard to put on a size, There we go. Now we might get something. Let it pull up. I want it to pull up. I don't want it to go down. Let it pull up. There it is. There's that little bit of white. Putting in a wick. Come on. 643.73. I got to put the stop above 644. Eesh. All right, let it go up. Up. There it is. That's the up. And a push down. This would be a good place to push down this orange line. Nope. Went right through it. No fun, huh? Let's see. Big reverse hammer would make sense. All right, I'm getting in with a smaller size than usual to begin with. There we go. Okay. Yeah, stops up there above 644. I can eat some spread on that. You can see how quickly it pushed down. Again, now ideally, I want the next candle even to do the same thing, but not push up so high. Again, lower highs would make sense. And then you get an opportunity to add into it. 643 is not very far away, and that's the strike. So let's see how it behaves. There you go. It went up. And let's see. I wanted to really respect that orange line. It's very close, huh? It's not quite doing that. Nah. All right, there it is. Now it's at the line. Nope, should have dropped by now. And it's not. Get ready to stop out on this one. Let's see, the big seller, well, obviously it's up there, but for me, it's above the green area. Above 644 is where I'll stop out. I'm going to hold it way up there.
That orange line is PDC.
All right, there you go. Fun, huh?
It's exactly PDC. 74.
I call it the orange line. Is that okay? Oh, this piece of crap is finding buyers now, huh? It's just messing with this whole zone. You can see it got in here, it pushed up, and I broke down, but it's pushing back in. It's not
Breaking PDC in SPY is very difficult. It's a very heavy. In these days that I'm using it, it's very tough to break that PDC.
Tough to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. It's a tricky place. But again, if the price action is valid, it's valid, Off you go. Where are we? 644. All right, I'm out of there. Stop out. Come on, get out of there, please. Thank you. All right, stopped. There's one attempt. Let's wait and see. But now I don't see the pattern. I mean, it was there until it put in these white candles. Now I'm thinking, where is the short? Looking at this whole pattern, I don't see it. Yeah, it's a tough area. Let it sit now. And I still don't see a reversal either. Move to the upside. Wait, do I see a pin? Well, yeah, over here, 644.50 and up. But that's another world. You have these obvious sellers here where it's now. You can enter here, but this is not. It's not the way I like to trade. It's too dangerous. Excuse me. Whenever it does pop out of here, it'll be a good one. Just don't know yet.
It's a death zone.
It's a dead zone. Yep. You don't want to get chopped up here. Take one, maybe two attempts.
Okay.
Yeah, just let it sit. Again, once you get a nice tight wedge somewhere, then it works. You know what I'm curious about? Let's look at this chart. You have 2 days gapping up. Getting into yesterday's play. Yeah. Basically, a move through yesterday's high is a good one. Just on a daily perspective, because it's all up. But oh well, it's all in this zone. Let the 1 minute tell you what it wants to tell you. Would love to get a good pinpoint. You only got it here for now. It's not much to work with in this case. Right about there. All right. All right, what's going on here? Well, I feel like I missed a lot of comments here. Al, yes, go the opposite direction of my first 2 trades of the day. There you go. There you go. Everyone got a strategy now. I like that. Sujit, first time with the SPX. Nice. 3K today. Good job, man. XPX, pretty wild, huh? Good for you. What do you got? Maybe I'm looking at engulfing on the SPY. I don't see it. What else am I missing? Brian, UBS lower, price target Google lower to the 200s. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Google's in a short. Okay. Analysts say it should be weak. Thanks. Oh. Cool. What else? Target, What's Oh, market makers target. Dan, glad you're not flying airplanes. Yeah. Don't exactly take off an airplane with near empty tanks, right? It's okay on a motorcycle. You can pull over, not on an airplane. Oh, man. You're funny, Dan. All right. Everything's looking bullish on the SPY. We have a little ABCD pattern kind of set up. It's looking good for a long, but I don't have a pattern set up for the specific way I want to do it. I need a good place for it to go from. I mean, this is a good spot, but it's not. You can see how actually important the spot is. Support in the pre-market, support early on, broke down. It was resistance, and it chopped through it. Now it's holding it as support. Interesting spot. I'll wait. I'll wait for the next spot. I think it's just going to be cleaner. Not convinced. There you go. Who's catching that long? There it goes. Smooth. 645, big target, and then above. Yeah. If I was looser with my trading, I would have taken this. Oh well. Yeah, 645 calls. You'd enter, let's say, 65 or 70 cents. By the time it gets there, probably $1.15, $1.10. Not bad. SPY. Come on, SPY. Where are we going? And if it truly gets to the top there, that's where I'll get interested. I'll break out through the upside. Yeah, look at that. Tesla firmly respecting those measured moves, huh? Again, not too difficult to do this, but it just, the moves you catch are generally not big. There are bigger moves to catch, I believe. Just going level to level. There you go, 645. Those of you got the long. Just about there. Yeah, look at these contracts. Let's look at this. This will be fun. Yeah, just about $1. You enter, let's say, in the ABCD about 65 cents or 70 cents. And it goes to $1 already, or that's a big target right there. You can see the return on investment as in capital efficiency. And of course, your stop is not 0. Your stop is down here, probably 60 cents or 55, something like that. Very good RVR on this sort of thing with the out of the money contracts. Again, RVR is everything, guys. Whatever you have to do to get good RVR, I recommend you figure out a way to do it. Because you're never going to win every trade, ever. What do we got here? Stova, you got a break even on that Tesla short? All right. Cool. Yeah, make sure you have a defined target before you get into a position. And that'll make it easier to hold for that target, so your RVR will be better. And then, also you won't just freak out taking partials, and you won't just take a break-even trade. Unless you're truly aggressively scalping, then you just keep hitting the partial button as it goes in your favor, basically. Otherwise, you really want to make big money, I recommend having a target before you enter.
What do you think of NVIDIA, Avi?
Oh, let's see. Oops. NVIDIA, all right. Did that bounce? What do we have? What do we have? Aha, you see it right here. I see it. I see it. So on this reversal, I don't see a setup, but if you look at this pinpoint right there, it broke out, did the ABCD right above it, kind of held in that area. It didn't close a single candle below it. And then it went, and now it looks like it might be bouncing off of that 170.5. So everything bullish in my eyes. And that little pinpoint there, that's your point to get long from. And now you already know where your resistance is. It's approximately where it just rejected from. But realistically, you're looking at high of day as a big one. You're looking here 171.20-ish as one area to de-risk. And high of day is your real big target. So everything bullish so far. If you want to try and catch the retest here, make sure you, just manage the risk. Keep your stop just below the level, not too wide.
That's the PDC there.
PDC again, huh?
Yeah.
You guys and PDC. We don't call it PDC around here. We call it the orange line, okay?
You got it.
When you're doing day trading correctly, it's supposed to be incredibly boring. So we got to at least make it fun. A few different ways of naming things, at least something. We got to start with nicknames in here too soon. Everyone gets a nickname. We already got Dr. Love. That one's an obvious one, right? We got a few more going. Look at that, 645, and sure enough, rejected. Sure enough, in an area of chop. Let's see if this was the case, would have been actually a decent trade. It would have been a tight stop. Yeah, it could have been okay. The setup's just not my style. The thing is, the ABCD pattern here on the SPY is okay. I would take it, but it didn't happen off a real pinpoint on the chart. This orange line is it's not quite clean enough for me to take the breakout. To take the short, it was there, so I did that one opportunity, especially down here, this pinpoint, but it didn't work. up here the long, it was not there. We'll see the next long.
Tesla is at the orange line too.
Tesla's at the orange line. Very good. Everyone's getting the hang of this orange line stuff. Yes, it is. Let's see. What do we have on Tesla? Yeah, it came down, bounced, came straight back up. It's in an area of chop. The pattern is generally bullish more than bearish, but realistically, it's just sitting there. I can't tell you anything. If it's bullish, I'd say wait for the breakout, retest, and go. Bearish, I don't see anything bearish about it. So there we go. Oh, Maybach, of course, you're up here with the with the nicknames and stuff. Loraxinachi. I'm not even Italian, okay? That was Fibonacci. He was Italian, so stop with the Italian stuff. There you go, Tesla breakout. Oh, great. I'm not Muslim either. You're coming up with all kinds of stuff. Oh, man. It's funny. You're so funny. All right, here we go. Let's get long on the SPY sometime soon, shall we? Oh, crap. It's already 10:30. What the hell? All right, let's see if we get an opportunity. Otherwise, no big deal. Breakout, retest, unless it gives you a really good ascending wedge at this higher orange line. There you go, breakout. Yeah, see, this pinpoint makes sense, but wait for it. Now, it could retest down here, this level. That makes sense too. What happened here? Yeah, right here, 645.11, previous resistance. 646 contracts. Okay, the target's just about 646, a little above, and then we'll go from there. Wait for it. Gonna wait. That was a good little bounce earlier, huh? From here. Oh well. See, what's encouraging is it already printed a new high beyond that high previously. That's a good sign. Now I need a tight piece of price action to enter. Otherwise, I have to enter on the retest. Ideally a wedge, but let's see. Don't know what's gonna happen. Can't really enter here unless I enter and put the stop below the previous candle, which is down here below 645. It can be done. There's nothing really wrong with that. It is a bit of a retest of the previous trouble spot. It makes sense. I could do that, enter small. But let's see. Let's get conviction on this. That orange line is the key line. Well, that's good. Pullbacks are always good. Pull back and go. Pull back and go. There it is. Pull back. There you go. 645 bounce. That's a good place to enter, huh? But I don't know where to put a stop if I enter here. This is not going to work. So wait for that orange line. Just drop like this. Wait for the orange line. We got Google looking strong as well.
Yeah, I'm long Google.
All right.
What are you talking about, Avi? The orange line at 644.25 ish, right there, coming all the way down to that.
No. I've got just above 645. The one I've got up here, 645.30 ish. That's that first high of day, the pinpoint.
Okay.
I'm looking for a breakthrough of that. If it breaks out and retests there, that could be explosive.
Okay. That's what I thought at first. I was like, wait a minute, is he talking about way down low?
No.
Hi, Avi.
Hey there. Morning.
I posted a question. You have a second. Please take a look. Only one your time.
Sure. I'm just focused on this 1 minute chart for now. And yep, let's get through this and then I'll take a look.
Thank
Mhm. What I'm really observing here, guys, is the quality of this consolidation. Looking at 645 as a support, continues to hold a support and higher lows from there up to that orange line, then everything starts to look very good. Then if you get a breakout retest, it all works. But even before the breakout, it's possible to enter if I can get the right kind of price action. And then add as it breaks out and goes. And this is where it tends to reject from, huh? So it's still firmly resistance, but everything is building up with the higher lows and the tighter price action before the breakout, the consolidation before the breakout. So it's all building up for the breakout. And if you're really, trading these kinds of contracts that I am, you really want to be tight with your timing. You can't afford to get in and wait for it to go. You want to try and be as, in a funny way, you want to delay your entry as much as possible because you don't want to deal with time decay on the contracts. So 646 is good. Yeah, you can see how tight these candles are now. They're getting small up here compared to earlier. I like this. There you go, 645. You see that wick? It's not ideal. I mean, it's not the wick I look to see, but I mean, you can see the support there. All right, here we go. Yeah. What time is it now? Almost there. Almost there. It's going to be tricky. I'm going to have to find a way to enter this. All right. I'm going to enter here. Okay. Yeah, good conviction on this one. Whoa. It's not getting my position. Anyways, shit, it went. I was trying to get about 200 more contracts, but it went without filling me. No big deal. All right. Now on the retest, I'll add more. Ideally, it gives you one. That should be at the orange line, as we all love so much. And then we'll see. 646 is still a long way out. Oh man, I just couldn't get into the big enough size as big as I wanted, but it's all right. Not yet. Still get another opportunity to add in.
What is the measured move here?
I'm not using measured moves. I'm using levels off of this line chart. And so 646.18, basically about 646. It's a pretty sharp kind of move. Almost a scalp situation. But with out of the money, I'm looking to capture the pop. Capture the gamma in the contract. That was a big candle, though. This one that bounced off 645, that was huge. For me, that was everything. You can see the buyers coming. It was so fast that it hardly had time to print. It just popped up on the chart without really printing it, And you can see, again, that's all the behavior. So I was watching the behavior change. During consolidation, it was pretty slow, and then suddenly things just started moving. If you're watching the tape and the volume, you can pick up those sorts of things. I'm really just picking it up on candlesticks. All right, a little pullback and a retest of the 645.40 zone. That was the previous resistance, most previous. Then I can add. And let's try and get this to pop. The RVR isn't outstanding here. It's barely going to be 3-1. Yeah. The contracts will give you a little bit extra. There you go. You can see the contracts again starting to get jumpy as it approaches the strike price 646. So that's something you want to be aware of. Has a big impact on risk management. All right, here's where those initial breakout buyers are getting exhausted. You can see that wick on the upside. So perhaps here's where the retest may happen. Let's try and get a good retest, and then we'll continue upwards.
They want to add, like we do.
You want to add here now?
No. They want to add the exhausted buyers. They want to add.
They want to add, yes.
Yeah.
They need new buyers, more buyers. Yeah. I got you. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We all want to add full buying power. There should be a button for that. Full buying power. End up with like 8,000 contracts. Oh my gosh. Oh no, what is this? Internet connection went out. Uh-oh. It's back or no? Okay. You guys still hear me? No? Yes, no?
Loud and clear.
Okay,
Yep.
good. Okay, I got to pop up here just momentarily that the connection went out. What the hell? But it's okay. It's back. All right. Okay, seems like it's back. All right. Like, just watch this contract get really jumpy as the price is hanging around below 646. See that? It's pretty wild. All right, now I'm waiting to find support, and I'm looking here, 645, 40-ish. If it can really come and bounce off of there, man, that's it. That's the place to put it on. Just got to put it on. What else we got? If it really gets up through, finds strength at 646, and then we got 647. I mean, really big high at 649, but that's still a long way out. Very much reasonable today, though. It's been gapping up. This is the third day in a row. All right, that's the first time we're seeing a little bullish activity, 645.50. I still can't really add because I have to, my stop's down here and I have to bring it up here. It's going to be difficult. Can't trust the ad. Not yet. Just can't trust it. Because it's all about where the stop is. That's the big calculation. I need a deeper pullback to add. This pullback is not deep enough. And now that it's going, I'll let it go. Hopefully. I don't want to bring this up here. 646 and a little above. Yeah, 646.18, 646.81. And these are de-risking zones. Ideally, you're getting up to 649 today, but let's see. Just got to try and manage it along the way. It's at a good inflection point right there. Yeah, this level is the one I like. I think I was using this yesterday. No, yesterday was here, pre-market higher.
That level, I think, is bouncing off is an R4.
Okay.
It's R4. It's an R4 breakout, pivot Camarilla, pivot point if someone is interested.
Cool. There we go. It all lines up, huh?
No.
Yeah, we call it the orange line, okay? Forget about R's and whatever. Just get,
How many orange lines do we have?
Oh, they're all orange lines.
Oh,
All orange lines. All right, here comes the bounce, ideally. This is the area where I'm looking at. It should not test 645 again. That would be disastrous. That would not be healthy for this thing, but let's let it test here. I'm waiting for it to bounce, and then I can add. Otherwise, no. That was a big red candle. No buyers yet. I gotta zoom out a bit. I'm too zoomed in. Oh. There we go. Yes, no, yes, no. I'm not seeing the enthusiasm with the buyers that came earlier on the entry candle. That was there. But yeah, we're getting a bit now. Okay, let's pump up the size now. There we go. Now it's a size that makes a little sense. All right. Now there's no room to add in this area. Now we're playing time game, as it's just going to decay against me if it doesn't go. So that's a game of time at this point, just because it's contracts. If you're just trading the SPY, you wouldn't worry about time, right? Just watch the buyers and sellers. Yeah, these buyers are good. They stepped up a little bit here. That's where I added in. And let's see. But again, they pushed down. Not very smart, huh? 645 is still my stop zone. So I managed to get a good add in there, pretty much at full risk. So if it loses the buyers at 645, that's where I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I'm banking on those guys to step up. Oh, look at that. Meta, Google. Meta did a big old reversal, huh? pre-market zone, like we were talking about, actually. 750. It's good stuff on Meta, guys. Anyways, let's look at this. There we go. That we stopped that little drop there. That's a very bullish indicator. The way that candle behaved, you saw that? Right off the level, absolute bullish activity. Very different from the previous two candles. Very different. Let's see if that continues. It made a new high as well. Let's see if it bounces again. I mean, the more it bounces here, the better. But again, we want to see these higher highs. Oh man, did anyone say trading is supposed to be boring? That's about as boring as it gets. You wait to take a position, and after you take it, you wait for some sort of result, some resolution, right?
Yeah, I heard some guy from Dubai said that. I'm not sure who he is.
Yeah, there's this mystery character in Dubai someplace. We got to hunt him down.
Yeah, just like Hitoshi, something like that.
Satoshi,
We don't
yeah.
know what it is.
It's your neighbor. Satoshi with the Bitcoin. Yep. So we're getting a little push to the upside, just these last couple of candles, but still, I mean, the big seller is up here, the top of this red candle. Let's first get through there. And we're just about, yep, there we go. Just about, yeah, printed a new high. There we go. Now the high of day comes into play. And if we can break that, I can then bring the stop in, start taking some risk off. And then we go for the target and above. This actually is a much smaller reward potential than I normally take. I think I may have misread that. But again, you make up for it a little bit with out of the money.
What did you say your target would be, Avi?
646 and above. See the levels here, 646.18, then getting close to 647. Basically going up through the numbers, really.
640, 660. There are some orders in Bookmap, big orders. 640, 660.
Awesome.
$1 up. Basically from here, $1 up.
Okay. So I'll close my eyes and you tell me when it hits, okay? I'm just gonna stay with my eyes closed. Don't want to know what's going on.
I wish I could trade like that.
Me too. That'd be the best. Just put on these orders and go. Again, with the options, it's very hard to do that. With zero DTE options, and especially going out of the money the way I am, just haven't found a way to do that. Put in range orders and just walk away. And you guys have seen me do that like a couple of years ago. I used to do that all the time. But
some of my big wins is like that. Although options, zero DT, I understand, time decay, but some of the big wins is just the ones that I set and leave the desk.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's really, I still find that's the best way to manage a trade. So you know your target before you enter, and then you find your entry, and then you leave it alone. And man, it's just, yeah, find a way to trade like that. Right now with my trading at the moment, I can't do it with these instruments and liquidity and whatever. 1,000 contracts, I wouldn't worry about liquidity. But once it gets above 3,000-4,000, that's when it becomes a little tricky. And then, of course, zero DTE. I don't know how to do it. Find a way.
What it helps me is reviewing my winning trades. Is statistically either it's gonna hit my 1R stop loss, and if I don't stop, it's gonna be minus 10R, or it's gonna win at least 4R.
There you go.
So that's what I'm saying a target of 4R. That is when I'm entering a trade.
That makes sense. Just blindly go with an R target. I think that's okay. Yeah. That's okay.
I understand that we have to set the levels and the targets, and then what is the, I don't know, some limit orders and stuff like that. Yeah. But this 4R statistically is helping me a little.
Good. Well, if it's helping you, that's great. I mean, that's one way of having a target. You don't look at the chart. You just stay so focused on your entry, then whatever you find as an entry, it's always 4R. That's it. Just leave it like that, and that's fine. And then ideally, you get to a point where you wonder why you keep getting out too early. And then you start evolving about a strategy for finding a bigger target, maybe those 10R trades, and then evolve from there. But you start somewhere, then evolve.
The case is that when I have the target in DAS, I can move that range band higher. If I see that the price action is very fast, very good, then I can just move it up. There is no problem against it.
Well, I think the quickest, easiest way to evolve from this 4R target is to take that 4R profit, take maybe 75%, and then stagger out the rest of your position at bigger places, bigger targets on your chart.
That makes sense.
Start with that, so at least you're not jumping too far ahead too quickly.
True. That's a good idea.
Yeah, because emotionally, you got to catch up to it. You can't just make a dramatic shift in your trading and expect that you can handle it. That's not gonna be healthy.
Makes sense. It's basically, if I take it 75%, it's like that. At least I made 3R.
Yeah, something like that. That would make sense. And then you're not too fussed emotionally. It's still, it's not too complicated. And so it's just a minor tweak to what you're currently doing. That would be good.
True.
All right, I'm adding in on the drop here. It's a bit of a scary drop, but all right. If the drop continues, I'm not going to play with this. But I'm seeing it as an opportunity. What I'm interested in is this kind of a drop, but it stopped dropping dramatically and it started jumping up quick. So let's see. Right now, the momentum is upside, but let's see. It could go anywhere. If it pops up, fantastic. If it don't, I'll be out quick. It is a decent looking double top, but not complete. And we have the big buyers. So it's worth the risk. But if this drop continues, I am not going to play with it. This is where I think it's getting a little bit crazy, a little bit more uncertain. But with that, it brings opportunity as well. 645.80, huh? Big seller sitting right there. It has that double top feel to it, right? It's not a clean double top. I wouldn't short it. You can see where the sellers are interested in the game. Oh man, this is gonna be a while, huh?
That orange line is the pre-market high plus the PDC of 3 days ago, almost. So it's a heavy level.
There you go. Now you know the definition of the orange line. Thank you. Yes, it's the orange line. 3 days ago.
Yeah, Avi, man, I'm in this with you.
Let's buy it up together. We'll pump up the entire market together. $10 trillion. Whatever it is.
You remember that GameStop thing?
Oh yes.
They sold all those shares. When people were pumping, company was selling.
Wow, what a fantastic manipulation. Like, you can't believe all the short sellers. What would it had I think a super high short interest, and the options were out of balance. I don't even what happened. My goodness. And then
recently, that was the previous year thing. But recently, there was a second pump in there, and the company sold
the
shares that they were holding. and they made $4 billion out of that. So suddenly, the company, which was going to like go bankrupt, now they're holding $4 billion in Bitcoin.
They're holding $4 billion of Bitcoin. Doesn't matter if the company goes bankrupt now; they don't care. I mean, who goes to GameStop anymore? Anyway, you download whatever games you want, right? Nobody goes out shopping for PlayStation or Xbox or whatever. Oh my God, the stuff that happens in the market, man, it's so wild. It's so manipulated. It's amazing. There's big players out there, and they're just moving trillions of dollars around between left pocket and right pocket, and we just scrape off a little bit here and there every day. That's about it. Oh man, good fun. All right, what is going on here? These buyers have stepped up, but I mean, overall, this is still a big zone of consolidation. Nothing to tell me to go short, not yet at least. But yeah, still holding the long. Let's see. Finger on the trigger to get out if it doesn't want to go. Here it is. Let's see these buyers come in again. Since that previous red candle, it's been very, very scary for the bulls here. See these 3 tiny white candles and then this big red drop just now. So the behavior is that looks like the bears are taking over bit by bit, grinding away at it just in these last 5 minutes or so. But let's see, it still hasn't dropped well, we know the big buyers at 645 and then we know 645.20. Let's see if these guys are really willing to still play. I mean, they started playing from way down here, right? 643.50-ish.
So speaking of GameStop, Avi, have a look at Open. It's not GameStop yet.
But yeah, it's going.
Climbing.
I'll look in a bit. Yeah. Let's end this trade, then I can pay attention to other things. But yeah, Open's been in play a lot. Everyone's been talking about this. Some people will take this.
Well, but they are doing well.
They're doing well. They're actually making money, not just a pump and dump stock.
Well, no, I don't think they're making too much money.
That's the thing. Fundamentals don't matter. The market is all, well, these big, large caps are things in the news is all speculation. That's why you don't invest in stuff like this. Now, there are people who would short around here. This setup is a short setup for a lot of people. And I'm in the long, but I'll get ready to stop out if it does not want to go. 3-bar play on the short looks like it might be coming. If it comes, I'm out. Yeah, these buyers are just not there, huh? What a shame. Not there right now. Oddly enough, this is a good place to add. But you need to see that the buyers are there to add with. You don't just add just because it got to a place to add. Right now, it's all bearish. One little push up, but yeah, you can't count on it. What did you say? Someone said what? 647? What, 646.60? Is it? Who said that?
646.60, yes.
Should I close my eyes now and just leave it? Either it goes to 0 or it goes up there.
Yeah.
The only thing that
you'll make so much money with that because eventually it will go up there.
It's a 0 DTE, man. By the time it goes there, this thing will be at 30 cents, which I would have
You can put the range order.
Brian, I think that you're trading Bookmap, am I right? You're using Bookmap. Please mute. Because I have a question that I see some big red dots on SPY, but it's not dropping. So usually, but there is no green dots as well. So if it's big red dots but it's not dropping, it's a sign that it's gonna go up. but I just want to get a confirmation from him or anyone who's trading with map.
Buyers alert.
There we go. These buyers.
There is a sign. That is a sign for a move up.
Yes.
Let's see.
There we go. The buyers came in finally. Oh man. Sometimes on these ones, you just want to stop out just so you can be done with it and then find the next one. But okay, the buyers came in, so let's find a way to make some money.
Brain capacity, is it the mental capacity?
Yeah, it's the mental capacity thing, you know. And that's the hard part about trading like this. Is out of the money, 0 DTE, where you can't just put range orders and leave it. If I put range orders and left it, you know, I'd put a stop and then targets, and then I wouldn't be fussing about every single 1 minute candle like I am right now. And that is all the mental capacity just relaxes. But this kind of trading, I can't do that. Even though I'm not genuinely scalping, not looking for scalps, but you can't.
The first big green dots in book map showed up. I think that's the first one.
How's the volume on these recent white candles? A little bigger?
Yeah, it is. It is. Volume is good. The last candle, the volume is high. It's the highest.
Yep, makes sense.
This one is the volume is huge on this the candle that is forming.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, that there is a big green dot and the volume is high. Yeah, it's pushing.
That's the breakout candle right there. All right, 646. I'm gonna get a big gamma pop on this, and I'll start hitting the button. At least take off half the position, and then see from there. We have a low here. That's a low of day. 645.92. Just it's approaching a low of day a few days ago. That's not too significant, I believe. Where did I get this level from? I don't even remember now. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that absolute high. Yeah, 646. Give yourself a chance to make some money. Where am I? 66 cents. The RVR is not spectacular on this one. It's not exactly what I like. All right. So good news is the buying volume is there, and it's not dropping. So far, so good. This is a good, healthy little pullback before the real half-day break, ideally. So the behavior has changed again. So there you go. Went through about together. I feel like all of us together, with me and this candlestick pattern, we went through about 5 mood swings in the last 30 minutes. And that's what day trading is, huh? Imagine dealing with
macro, dude. I don't see how you do it, man. I'm like, my heart's beating like a freaking drum.
Approaching 646.
Yes, there it is. Let's get up there. Let's get close to it and get a bit of a squeeze. You saw the pop right as it popped through high of day. Yeah, Dean, you got to let it go. You got to realize any trade you get into, it's a 50-50, whether it wins or loses. There's no, you got to let it go. So whatever risk you put on, you know, you can live with it. If you lose, it's okay.
It's been 6 months, and I still, every time I get in, man, I'm just like, whoa.
Avi, when you had a chance, you're in a trade. You look at the SPY with a candle in 30 minutes, and then look at the candle of 10 o'clock when you had a chance.
Okay, yeah, let's get through some of this, and then I've got to catch up on questions and this stuff as well. So. Oh man, tempting to add at the high of day support, but that would turn it into a very difficult hold after that. So again, 646 is not my final target. It's where I want to go risk-free, take off half the position, go risk-free, and then the levels further up, try and add.
Maybe okay, they are moving the order to 646.80. Basically, they're pushing it higher, so they think that there is a bullish move.
Good. We're going bullish today. Who's involved?
Now it's 646.80. I'm not saying it's gonna go there, but I'm saying that book map showing that.
Yeah. Let's see. You never know. Every indicator out there is 50-50. Everything, including our lovely, colorful book map, right? Every candlestick chart, everything. And so is a coin toss, 50-50. I wonder if you could really do that. Just buy contracts right at the open, 50-50, long and short. stop at 0, and if it's a trending day, you make money. If it's not, you end up break even or you lose money. How does that work out?
You can make money with that on Friday on a highly volatile stock. I did that with
You did
Tesla.
that? Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we may have the screenshot of that.
Yeah, it'd be good to see. But you don't want to do that holding overnight. You do that at the open. It's a day trade.
Yes, that's why. Because on Friday, the contracts are cheap, and the they're also like they're going to 0 really fast.
Yeah, they're going to 0 fast. That's for sure.
Well,
you can do it every day.
Avi's trading every day. So Avi trading a SPY every day, just 0 DT.
Yeah.
So it's Max 7 on Friday. Yeah, it is very interesting. But Avi's trading every day with the SPY.
Yeah, you can do it on SPY every day because it's available. I don't know. I mean, I've explored it. Again, every strategy, as long as you can find a way to control the risk. So you got to find where if you're buying a call at 30 cents and you're buying a put at 30 cents, and one of them goes to 0 and the other one goes 3R, 5R, whatever, at the end of the day. The other case is that's not the case that both will go to 0. But the other case is one will go to 0 and one will get close to 0. And you're buying at the money. Key point. Buying at the money, not out the money. You go out the money, you're getting more risk. You have a higher risk of both going to 0. But at the money, maybe in the money would make sense. But
next time we meet, we will go to a roulette table. Let's play the probabilities there.
I will only play roulette with you if you wear a velvet suit.
Okay? Velvet suits?
Tuxedo. Velvet tuxedo. Both of us. And then we play roulette.
Sure. Because I went to a casino for the first time in my life a few days ago.
Yeah?
We went to the roulette table. I was just seeing the probabilities over there. Like this has a higher probability. And we ended up making money.
My wife loves roulette, man. She plays
50 hands
on that stupid roulette table all night.
After 50 bets, we were profitable.
God,
Preet's always working that angle, baby.
I love it. I love it. Oh man, I love it.
And the dealers, they were not liking us. I don't know, like they were asking us to, okay, 2 guys can't play with the same. You can play with different chips, but you can't share the chips. Like we were friends, right? 2 friends we were playing, and I was telling my friend, you should play over there. This has a higher chance. This has a higher chance. I was playing on the outside of table. He was playing on the numbers. And when I tried to place his bet on a different thing, and the dealer was, no, you can't do that.
Yeah. Well, they'll have their rules in a casino. You can't mess around. Yeah. Fair enough. Oh my god, this thing is driving me nuts. But yeah, let's play roulette. That'd be more entertaining than doing this. Day trading. All right, I'm gonna try and catch up on the chat. Here's plenty of questions. Why this thing just messes around. Comments. Oh yeah, Rachel, you had this one, right? Explain a little bit about the difference between day trading options versus day trading stocks. By $1,000 of stocks versus options, potential impact between all difference. Stock goes up by 10%. Okay. Let's say if you're buying $1,000 worth of SPY, let's say you can buy 2 shares. All right, whatever. And you're buying $1,000 of the options contract instead of buying SPY. You're buying that at, I don't know, 50 cents. These are realistic numbers. With $1,000 on the SPY, you're getting 2 contracts, but with $1,000 at 50 cents, anyone want to calculate how many contracts can you get?
30.
$1,000 buying power, and the contract is 50 cents. How many contracts do you get?
20.
20 contracts.
Yeah,
right.
20 contracts.
20 contracts. Now, 20 contracts is the equivalent. Just add 2 zeros to it. That's 2,000 shares. So now what you've got, instead of buying 2 shares, with that same buying power, you're buying 2,000 shares, right? And 50 cents, 2,000 shares let's say it goes to 60 cents. How much is your profit, man? You guys good at math, better than I am.
$200.
$200. And the SPY goes from $500 to, let's say, $502, realistic, with 2 shares. How many dollars did you make?
4.
$4. Which one's more profitable? Options. Very simple. So it's leverage. It's buying power efficiency. That's what the difference is here, Rachel. That's what I'm doing here. To take on these kinds of positions, what I'm doing here, I've got a 1,600 contracts. That's the equivalent of 160,000 shares on the SPY. At about 645, what's it going to cost to buy 160,000 shares of SPY? And then you may get a $1 move on that. Firstly, what's it going to cost as far as buying power is concerned? And secondly, is, on all that cash you put in there, or buying power you put in there, you're only getting what, 0.5% of a potential profit. See what I'm saying? It's all about the cash efficiency or capital efficiency. That's why I'm doing this option stuff. And then now that I've got a bit more experience with these options, I'm manipulating them a little, trying to figure out going 0 DP out of the money so I can get a little extra pop in the P&L. Turns out that stuff is becoming very powerful as well. So that's all there is. That's what I'm thinking about.
Got it. Thank you.
Sure. Oh man.
And there's also risk on the options as well. Maybe you should know about the.
Yeah, it goes against you just the same. But again, hard stop, you know where you're going to stop. So just like with anything with size, you're putting on more size. So you're putting on more risk, generally speaking. You don't want to just have a tight stop just because of the size. You got to put the stop at a technical place. So yes, you're taking on more amount of the instrument, which adds more risk. I'm doing it for the purpose of having more upside. Risk and reward, you just proportionally go higher. All right, this thing doesn't want to go, does it? It's coming back into the area where I may stop out if it drops that level. Man, these sellers are just a nuisance today, huh? Oof. Come on. Here's a fun one. Who wants to add here? No way. No, the sellers are very, very powerful here. This is a tough one to hold. I'm not adding. I'm definitely not seeing the potential to add here. I mean, the sellers are so strong. But here's the odd part. They still haven't overwhelmed this big white candle, the 1036 candle. It's still the main candle. It pushed up and it hasn't dropped below that. Shit, it hasn't even closed a candle below this one's open. I mean, whatever, it hasn't even gone down there. Doesn't mean I'm going to add because, you can see every time it pops up, the sellers keep pushing it. It's getting dangerous. But this is the main buying candle right here.
It looks like manipulation.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, there's probably the most likely agenda here for the market makers is to push this thing higher and liquidate higher. But they need to pick up their inventory from down here before they go. Very simple. That's basically the game. But it's more difficult to trade when you think like that, I think. Just look at candlesticks and trade with that. It's all probabilities anyway, right? No guarantees. 0 DTE. Oh, man.
That candle that you show is exactly 645. It's a round number, so I'm guessing that maybe that's why it's just triggering.
Yeah, it bounced right off of 645, and that's it. That's for me with the big buyers. It rejected that area earlier and then bounced precisely. Which we know the buyers are there. Then they stepped up a couple of times from there, so I got in more. But they're not able to really keep making these higher lows. So that's why I'm saying it's dangerous. And you can see every time it goes down fast. Slow grind up and then goes down fast every time. So that's the behavior right now. It was looking okay up here. It was, grinding away. But the sellers are, firm. And now let's see. I mean, this could be a potential short, really. If this is a descending wedge, man, I'd buy some puts. But not now. It's still manage the position. And then we'll see.
I think it was rejecting from R4 because it was actually bang on 64580.
Yeah.
The first actually touch was 45 minutes ago, and then it stopped around R4 as well. Dropped.
Yeah, fair enough. And that's not the orange line, right?
Remind me again, what was the orange line?
I already forgot. It's orange. That's what it
The
is.
orange, but I thought.
It's orange. That's all you need to know. That's all I know about it.
We used to have burgundy lines for Avi, now it's just orange lines.
You know, it's like the white wire in the electric bikes, in the Chinese electric bikes. If you cut the white wire, the speedometer doesn't work anymore. It doesn't matter
really?
what kind of wire you have, just the white wire.
Just the white wire. Okay, we have a bullish candle on the retest. Oh man, I really would add. Normally I would really add, but this behavior is not encouraging. I have to go de-risk this thing and then add further up. This would have been a place I would really bump up the size, but just because of this activity where it's not behaving. And what I'm saying is that this bullish candle right here, this one, it bounced off of the zone, put in a wick at the bottom, closed and high at the same place, then the new 1 minute high right there, right where it is right now is the add. But no, it's enough of a size for something as risky as this. 646. This thing better go to 650 today, and I'm going to close my eyes. Damn it, should have added.
There are some accumulations happening here. Either it's gonna go up or it's just gonna drop like it's still.
Yeah, it's such a pain in the ass. It's like down here. It's like, where's
which way it's gonna go?
Ah, shit. I don't know what the hell. It's damn stock market. Well, here we go again. 645.80. This zone. Come on, let's just push through and get a quick little de-risk. I just want to de-risk it at this point. Doesn't really matter. Find a better trade later on. There you go. High of day again. And it's see the way it moved up there? I mean, it got there fast, just like it did before. Actually, faster this time, which is not exactly the healthiest thing. I see a big pop candle I want to de-risk, but this is not even a big one. Big pop candles are these. Like this white one, that's when it gets very dangerous. Yeah, these big ones here. That's when you de-risk. This is just bouncing around. You can see this zone of indecision, right? Support, resistance, a super tight range, generally on the way up. Super tight. Ugh. And every minute this doesn't go to the target, this contract disintegrates. So it just destroys all the RVR. At this point, it's totally destroyed. But, still make some profits. There we go. New highs, maybe? Yes, no? 646.
Yeah.
There we go. New highs. Thank you. Let's go a little bit. Come on. Pop it. Pop it, pop it, pop it. Look at that. Made new highs on the options, on the SPY chart, but not on the options, right? That's time decay. Should have been about 5 cents higher on the options chart. But oh well. There you go. 645.89. My gosh, I can't even see. Gonna have to get reading glasses next week. There we go, 95. There we go. All right, now I can get rid of a lot of this. Okay, that's half the position, or a little more than that even. Let's bring it down to 500 shares. Oh, too much. Okay, fine. De-risked. And now it's at break even, which is not a technical stop, but this thing can bounce around to whatever the hell it wants. Where am I? 66 cents. If we bring it up to 67, 68. If it stops me, no big deal. And if it continues, I'll take a little more profits and then recycle. I'd like to see a breakout retest of 646.18. That would be fun. But again, here's the fun, guys. Look at this. The candles moved aggressively, the options candles, because it got to 646, which is a strike price. The SPY candles moved, but the options candles were much more volatile, moved much more proportionally, again, just because of the strike. These are the few little things I manipulate just to help get a little extra RVR out of it. It's also dangerous. If you're wrong and it goes in the wrong direction, you do have to stop quickly. So you're going out of the money. But anyways, now that it's at 646, you can expect these candles to move big, jump up and down, really big. What I really want is for it to not mess around with 646. Ideally, gets away from that so that it stops being so volatile and just goes. And then we can get back to normal trading, which is small candles, nice and easy, breakout, retest, add, and just keep recycling until it goes to 650.
Now, Avi, that you're in a lower risk, look at the SPY in 30 minutes, and then look at that week. I know that it didn't have the room to the left, but that is that orange level when it just broke from the orange level of the 645.
Yeah.
That's
It's
a
a good one.
conviction.
I may have taken this a few months ago if I was trading this 30-minute chart. I may have taken this. It's not too complicated. You have the bullish move. There's two things I think going on. First, you have the consolidation here, so it's a bounce off. That's your breakout and bounce retest. Then you have also during consolidation, you can consider this as the long tail hammer. So it has a few different things going on, right? It's interesting. It's good. Something to look at. Yeah, that was the wick down here. Man, I wish I found the bullish one here. I was bearish here, but then it went bullish. I just didn't find it, except this may have been the ABCD pattern, but I wasn't convinced enough. The level was firm, support turn, resistance. In hindsight, it was really good. Could have easily taken this and just continued long. But that's all hindsight, right?
That was a good entry, but there was no setup there. There was no.
Yeah, you need a. I mean, there are times to take it. See, there's multiple elements, and the way I'm working with it is sometimes one element is not so strong, but the other is strong. And so, okay, that's good enough. Now you have a setup. That's a 90% setup. For me, 90% and up is good enough. I'm not going to, expect 100% every time. 90% and up, and I can scale in and add in if it truly starts working. So in this case, this element, what's good is the level is really good. It's support, breakout turn, resistance, had a little volatility pop, and then sure enough, perfect ABCD pattern. Almost perfect. I call it an ABCD pattern without that long tail hammer that I like, but a pretty normal ABCD pattern. So with the level being that outstanding and the pattern being really good, not perfect, but really good, yeah, take it.
If the two bottoms were the other way, maybe it could have been a double bottom, but it was not a double bottom from this is not a clean. This was the other way, maybe it was, but it was just a 30, not a clean.
Yeah, definitely not a double bottom. No.
Yeah.
Can't take this as a double bottom. That would be tough. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
The other one was a pinpoint here. It's not a pinpoint. I don't like this one. But again, you have a level. Look at this. Support, resistance, right? Again, key level, breakout, retest, close. Not at the level, but close. You may have looked at a tweezer bottom here. This was more dangerous. To me, the simpler one was here. Up here, I'd be difficult. I'd be really afraid of taking it. All right, let's get a bit more out of this. Let's bring this down to about a little under 300 contracts. All right, come on, just liquidate. There we go, 270. That's good. Break even, stop, and a bit better. So 270. Let's see if I can bump it up back to 500, above 646.20-ish, and go. Okay, this recording's on for 2 hours. I'm going to stop the recording now. There we go. Hit the level a bit. There we go. Stop this recording and continue the trade.